what bills you have, how much they cost, how you pay those bills, and when you pay them by or send the check by. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So if you guys are wondering, how do you manage your bills? I'm just going to show you a way that I manage my bills. You can use any kind of paper, you could use a notebook. I personally actually use a notebook, but to demonstrate it I'm showing you guys on paper how it looks, but I have a separate notebook dedicated just for bills and managing your bills. So for this video it's not going to be about managing your bank account and your financials. It's going to be managing how much money you pay per bill each month and when you pay it and so forth. So this is what I like to do. So I hope this video helps. If it does help, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. If you want more of these types of videos, let me know and I'll be happy to help you. So what I like to do is, first on the top I write bills. Now if you are setting this up for monthly bills or weekly bills, whatever your bills are, have individual notebooks designated for your monthly bills, your weekly bills, whatever. For the sake of this video and most videos and most people's bills are once a month, so this is going to be monthly. I apologize ahead of time for my awesome handwriting. It is not the greatest, so bear with me. I'm going to try and write a little bigger. This is a pretty fine point pen here, but let's bring it down here. Okay, so bills, this is monthly. What we're going to do is we're going to put over here is going to be the due date, and we're going to write send by. So due date and send by. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a line going straight down to the bottom. So we're going to put a line over here. So it's going to look just like that. We're going to now put a line, take it straight across, just like that. Okay, so how I would do it and how I do it, bring it back in here, is let's say you owe electric. So I'm making stuff short because I know what it is. You know, you don't have to fully write out the bill. You will know what it is because you're the one who's always been paying them. So ELE, electric, I know that's electric. So what I would do is I would take a line under electric, and this page will always stay the same. This page will always be, you know, I won't be changing stuff on here. So you're going to want to cost average what your bills average are, and I will go over that with you guys too. Now what I like to do is I like to start my bills by what's due first. So let's say our electric bill is our first bill that is going to be due the earliest. So let's say our electric bill is always due by the 15th every month. So we take this line. So if our electric bill is an average 50 to 100, so this is what you do. This would be the name of the bill. The first will be the name. The second will be the average cost of that bill. So let's say $50 to $100. Put a low and put a high. Always figure on the higher end, that way you always have money to pay your bills. So we do average $50 to $100, and over here I like to write what I actually pay it with. So if you pay it every month, if it's automatically taken out of your checking, then what I like to do is up top here, because I have stuff that's automatically taken out, so I put A/C equals auto checking. Now because I already know what some of this stuff is, I don't have to write it up top. So for A/C, I know it means auto checking. That means it automatically comes from my checking account every month. So I would write A/C right here in the third spot. So electric bill, the average bill is $50 to $100. AC for auto checking, it automatically comes from my checking account. And then over here, I have the due date and send by and the due date. It's basically the same. Let's say my bill is due the 15th, and that is when they take the money out of my account. I would write by the 15th. So by 15. So again, we write the name of the bill, we write the average cost of that bill, we write how we pay that bill, which auto checking, and then we write when it's due by or when we need to send the check by if we're sending a check for a bill. So by the 15th. So that means we need to have anywhere from $50 to $100 in our checking account by the 15th every month to make sure we have enough money to cover that bill. Okay, up next, let's say internet. So here would be the internet. This would be the next line. And something to help you guys kind of contrast a little better, you could use different color pens or markers when doing this. So this could be blue, this could be red. That way it kind of contrasts and pops out a little better. So here we have the name of our next bill. We know the cost is the same, so let's say it's $70 because it has never changed and it's $70. So we write $70 because we know that's a locked-in price. Of course, these days nothing's ever locked in. So internet, the name, the price, how we pay. Let's say, just for the sake of this video, let's say we are paying it with check. So let's say we're paying by check. So we would put send a check, or paying with check. Whatever you want to write is up to you. So internet, the name, the price of the bill, how we're paying, our payment method, and when we need to pay it by. Let's say it's due by the 18th. So, well, let's say the check, for the sake of this video, because you want to line everything up by what's due first to what's due last. So for the sake of this video, let's say the check is due, the payment is due by the 20th. That means you're going to want to send the check probably, to be safe, by the 16th at the latest. Probably by the 15th, so we're going to do by 15th. So that means sending a check, and you need to send it by the 15th. And you also could put up here, send check by the 15th. That way you send it out on the 15th, and even though it's not due until the 20th, you got 5 days for it to get to where it's supposed to get, and in most times it will get there. I plan ahead. As soon as we have money in our account, I pay the bills, even if it's 15 days ahead of time. If the bill is there and ready, I pay it. That's just me personally. I know sometimes life is hard and you can't do that, so you gotta wait basically until you get your check, your pay from your job to send. So that is what we do. So let's recap. The name of the bill goes on the first line. The price, the average price, or whatever your bill cost, goes on the second line. The third line would be how you pay that bill. If it's auto checking or send a check, you put that on the third line. And then over here, you put when that bill is due by. And because this is auto checking, it's due by the 15th. They'll automatically take it out on the 15th, so you don't have to worry about anything. But because here you have to manually send the check, you want to make sure that you write send by instead of due. Because if it's due by the 20th and you write due on 20th, you might wait until the 20th to send the check, and then you're going to get charged with fees. So I always recommend, if you're sending a check, paying for a bill, you need to send it at least a minimum of 5 days before it's actually due. And I recommend 7 days. Okay, so let's see. So we did auto checking, if something automatically comes out of your checking. We have manually sending a check. Now let's do something else. Let's do, what should we put? Let's see. I'm trying to think of some common things. People have internet, people have electric bill. A lot of people have cable, but that could be with your internet. So, you know, if your bill is internet and cable, then you would put, you know, that all together and so forth. Whatever bills are the same. So let's just, for the sake of this, let's do auto insurance. How about that? AUTOINS. So let's say it's auto insurance. Put a line across the whole way. So for auto insurance, here, these lines aren't straight, but I know, guys, for the sake of the video, we're just trying to do it as quick as I can. I don't want a 50-minute video. Okay, so auto insurance, the name, first line. How much is our auto insurance a month? Let's say it's $100. Okay, so auto insurance, $100, and let's say it automatically comes out of our checking. So that means they automatically withdraw the money from our checking account. So we would do AUTO, auto checking. That way you know, okay, automatic checking. Now we could also just put AC as well, or you could do auto checking. It's basically up to you if you want to write auto checking or just have auto checking up here. Okay, so now that we got everything set, I think you guys kind of get the idea of everything. So you put the name of the bill, how much it's going to cost or the average cost, and then here how you pay. So you could, if you pay online with your checking account and you manually have to do it, you can write I pay online with checking account, and over here due by. I always recommend paying your bills. If it's electronically, make sure you pay them a couple days before they're due. If it's by check, at least 5 to 7 days before it's due. You know, basically as soon as you get your bill, you should probably pay it. It's a good rule of thumb. If you guys are wondering how you actually manage your finances and stuff like that, I will have another video out. If that video is out, you can check out this video's description and I'll have a link to it. How to actually manage your balance, because that can get confusing for some people. So check out the link in the video description for managing your balance and your money. This is just managing what bills you have, how much they cost, how you pay those bills, and when you pay them by or send the check by. That is what this video is about, to help you guys out. This is a great way I personally do, and I've never once in my life had a missed payment or a late payment by following this method. So it's a good way to always remind yourself. And every single week I look over this paper to make sure that I sent my whatever's due, I send it by a certain day. So every week I recommend you pulling out. You have a time where you spend 30 minutes going over your stuff, making sure stuff's paid, logging on, whatever you do online, in mail, whatnot. But I think you guys got the general idea. The name of your bill, how much it costs, how you pay it on the third row, and last but not least, when you send it by or when it's due by. And again, always pay your bills ahead of time. Don't pay it on the day that it's due, because processing could take anywhere from 1 to 3 days. It depends on what it is, and especially if you're sending money in the mail via check, it could take 5 days, if not longer, for them to get it and process it. And if it's longer, they're going to charge you fees. So it's just a good rule of thumb. Pay your bills as soon as you get them, or make sure you write on your paper, you know, if your bill is due the 15th, or yeah, like if it's auto checking, it's due on the 15th and they automatically withdraw the money. All you need to do is just make sure you have the funds in your account for when they withdraw it. If it's sending a check and it's due by the 20th, make sure you write on your paper, send by the 15th. That way you always keep yourself safe, and you know if it's paying online and it's due by the 20th, or no, if it's due by the 22nd and you're paying it online, make sure you pay 2 days ahead of the actual due date. If it's a Friday, then you're going to want to make sure you pay 3 days ahead. You know, you don't, because some businesses don't process Saturday and Sunday. So keep that in mind. Alright guys, thank you for watching.